Video Huddle number 8. What's up, my peeps? 53 Shades Darker in the Philippines, coming to you with another video. Video Huddle number 8. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about two of the videos that we did last week. Video number 1. It was called Good Times in Cavite. Happy birthday, Sam. So, Sam is somebody that I met, nice guy. I met him and his beautiful wife. Met them at Calvin Sunshine Shoulders at a meet and greet. And he's actually from somebody that is from the same area that I grew up in. I'm from Los Angeles, but I grew up around the Compton area, so I pretty much know just about all the areas that he knows. And so he had a birthday party, birthday celebration. I was invited, and I went out and enjoyed the festivities. It was really, really fun. I had a fun time at the celebration. The people there were really, really nice, and you know, just had a grand old time. The resort, I've never been to a resort like that out here. That was the first time. I recommend it to anyone that's looking for a nice, soothing, relaxing. I mean, it was just nice. And I didn't actually get in the water. The water was super cold. I'm not a cold water person. I hate cold weather. I hate cold water. But it was just nice. But there were some people that did get in. There's some brave people that was actually swimming in the water. It was like super, super cold. So with that video, it was just to show, you know, to celebrate his birthday. At the same time, you know, everybody had a good time. You know, there was plenty of food, and just so you know, Nelia, the food was really, really good, and I appreciate it. Thank you for inviting me. Had a good time. So that turned out pretty good. I enjoyed it. The only thing that I didn't like was finding the location. It was going up so many hills, and I thought we were gonna miss it because the taxi driver that took me there, it's kind of hilly, so it was kind of hard trying to find it, but eventually found it, got to it, had a good time. So, video number 2. Hotel from hell. When I say hell, I mean hell. When I drove up to that location, I knew it was a mistake. I knew it was a mistake. Just the surrounding area, I was thinking, oh my God, what have I done got myself into? So when I pulled up, the security was asleep. The security guard was asleep. How are you being the security and you're asleep? You're supposed to be protecting the place. But this guy was asleep. So that was a red flag right there. Everybody was asleep. So knocked on the door for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Nobody showed up, and I looked over in the corner, and the guy was knocked out asleep. So when I finally got in there, you know, I was brought to the room, and as soon as I walked in there, it had a smell of cigarettes. So that's why I put out, if you go get a hotel, if you are just coming into the country and you happen to go get a hotel, make sure you do your due diligence. Either talk to somebody that know the place, or do this trick that somebody told me. One of my friends told me, his name is Seaman. He said, if you get a hotel, book it for one night or maybe 2 nights. Because if you book it for one night, if your money is tied up into a third party, you don't have to worry about it because you're only out of that one night. You know, I didn't even spend the night there. I couldn't stay there because it was just, I just couldn't do it. Sitting by the window and smelling cigarettes and, you know, ants and stuff all over the wall, you know, no telling when those sheets were changed. The bathroom, it wasn't too bad, but it just wasn't up to par. So the moral of the story for me, what I learned out of this is to either check the place first. If you can't check it, I mean, you're gonna know 4-star, 5-star names. Sometimes if you go by the name, you might get a better shot. You know, reputable names. But trying to go by price, those hidden hotels that you can't really see. As soon as you see it, you're surprised. Stay away from them. So take it from me, learn from me, and don't do the things. This whole thing is going to be, some of the stuff is going to be like, don't do some of the things that I did. So I'm trying to help you. So when you do come here, when you do make it out here, you have some kind of, wow, okay, this was talked about. Maybe I need to look at this. So, but that number 2 video, Hotel from Hell, do your due diligence, okay? So let's get into top 5. My top 5 for this week. Number 1, playboys, pimps, and hustlers, okay? Here in the Philippines. I'm not telling you what to do. You know, I'm not like your dad or whatever, but this is what I want to say about that. Playboys, pimps, hustlers. If you're gonna be a playboy and you're gonna play with these girls' minds and these girls' hearts, you're asking for a lot of trouble. I'm telling you, you're asking for a lot of trouble. Because, I mean, just because they're from 8,000 miles or wherever you may be, they still have, let me see, how can I say this? They're still people too. So they still, it's not gonna be like you can just do this and just think you're gonna get away with it. You know, you're gonna get caught up in some stuff. And these girls out here, they love hard. So you think you're gonna come here and just think that they're real easy? You know, just from the stuff that I see and from people that I know, and from some of my friends that I've seen go through some things. You know, you make sure you be careful. You know, if you don't want the person, don't play with them. Just tell them. Be honest with them. Just tell them you don't want to be with them. Don't string them on, because you think some of these girls in the United States or wherever you're from, you know, they get really mad. Well, these girls, I would say they're like 10 times, they can be 10 times just as worse. So you're gonna come here and try to have this girl over here, this girl over here, and this girl in this city. You asking for some big time trouble. So just take it from me. I'm telling you, don't do it. Don't do it, because I've seen some crazy stuff here since I've been here already. And like I said, these girls, once you tell them that you love them and you like them and you want to be with them and all this stuff, they're taking you for that. They're taking you for your word. and they're not just gonna go away easy. They're not gonna go away easy. So just be careful. Say I didn't tell you. Number 2. You guys that's coming here and you're trying to get married, and you plan on getting married, and you're going through the embassy and all that stuff, and you're taking care of that. You know, there's a lot of expats here, and well, it's not a whole bunch here in Lapu-Lapu, but there's expats all over. They come here and they go. So things that I hear about the stuff and just things that is going on, make sure that you're prepared. One thing that you got to make sure that you have is if you go to the embassy and you're doing all this paperwork, they're not going to tell you that you got to have $50 US in cash, American money. That, you know, that green stuff. They're not going to tell you that. So to avoid a double trip going from wherever you're coming from, make sure you bring $50, whether it be a $50 bill, 2 20s and a 10, or whatever. Make sure it's American money and you bring $50, because they're not going to tell you that. And there's nowhere on any paper or any document that you have to bring $50. So if you go there and you have pesos, they're going to turn you away and say, you got to have American money. We take $50 cash. Be prepared. Bring $50 if you plan on doing that. Number 3. I didn't bring my Steve Harvey glasses. So that's why I'm struggling to look at this paper. You know, when you turn, like I said in the last video, I'm 55 years old, and it seemed like I used to be able to see far. Now, looking at stuff close up, I'm having difficulties, and I wrote all this stuff on the paper so I can be prepared. And I can barely see it. So, number 3. If you're coming here and you're renting cars, be careful, because not all people are going to be honest. Some of the cars are stolen. Yes, that's right, I said stolen. So you think that you're renting a legit car, and it's a stolen car that they've been looking for. So make sure either you get it from a reputable rental place, or make sure that you know that it's a legit, the airport or wherever. Make sure that you know that it's a legit rental place, because you don't want to be driving around in a stolen car and getting pulled over and, you know, thinking that it's a good car and it's stolen. It happens out here. The stories that I'm hearing and seeing what's going on, you'd be surprised. It happens just like in the West. It happens the same way. You know, people take cars and then they try to use them for money. So just be careful. Make sure you check, get all the information that you need, because people do things out here. People, you know, money is not easy to come across. So a lot of people do a lot of things to get that money. So I'm just trying to tell you, be careful, because it happens out here a lot. Okay, so that's number 3. Good, we're only in 13 minutes. I'm trying to keep this one down. Last time it was like 50 minutes. I don't want to go that long. I don't like drawn out stuff. I don't even like looking at drawn out videos. So number 4, Xerox copies. Okay, Xerox copies. When people come out here, there's a lot of times when people need documents copied. I'm one of them. I needed some stuff copied. You know, I have a condo out here, so I had to go out and get some copies. What you have to think about is, back in the West, or back in the US, there's a place called, I don't even know, Kinko's is still around. Kinko's or Office Depot, they don't have that out here. There's no Office Depot. Your photocopy is gonna come from somebody who just opened up a little shop out in the streets. So think about it. Last I checked, copy machines, and I've seen it because something happened where I made a copy and I went to go make another copy, and the person told me, oh, don't worry, I have your copy. I have that from yesterday. And I was thinking, oh my God. You have to think about this. When the copy machine makes a copy, they can retrieve that copy at any time. Not all places have it where, they don't have shredders out here. So when you give your information, your passport, your social security documents, you might want to open a bank and they might need to see something, just important things that's important to you, your personal information. If somebody get a hold of that to say, hey, you want some information? I'm gonna sell it for 5,000 pesos. I have these numbers. I'm pretty sure it could happen. So you have to think about it. Make your copies, as many copies at home, or go into a place. There are not a lot of them around here, especially not in your small towns. You're not gonna find a place like a big building that's like, you could tell that it's like, okay, they gotta have a license, it's legit, it's reputable. Because out in the streets out here and all over the Philippines, there's like mom and pop's little printer places where they go and buy 2 or 3 printers and they'll print your documents for you. Like they'll open up a store, open up a shop, and they'll print. So just to keep yourself safe, if you print something, just know that your information might be still on that computer and it could be pulled back up at any time. Just something to think about. Because I didn't think about that. I made a copy one time and I thought about it after, but it was too late. The copy was already there. Luckily it wasn't some serious documents, because I could have had my information out here just like that. So just saying, Number 5. In this one, number 5, we're at like 18 minutes. This one, number 5, very, very, very important. And the reason why I'm saying that is very important is because it has something to do with money. So, what's so important? And I'm telling you some things because things happen. They happen to me and they happen to other people. So, I'm here to inform you to make sure that you don't make these foolish mistakes and these kind of errors. I mean, we all subject to making mistakes, but my job is to let you know, I feel that it's important. So number 5, credit card. Your ability to where you're getting your cash from. Okay, so I'm going to tell you something that happened to me. I am going to be leaving the Philippines in 3 days. Today is the 3rd, 4th, 5th, no, 4 days. I'm going to be leaving the Philippines in 4 days. And the reason why I'm leaving the Philippines in 4 days is because I was going to be here until June and then go back, 6 months on, 6 months off. That's, how my plan was. So my ticket was for June to go back for a few months and then come back. Just because I have things over there that I have to take care of and do. So I'm going back because my trip is ending earlier than suspected because of the fact that the bank that I've been using for the last 5 years, when you come over into this country, the cell phone that I use doesn't work over here. Okay? My email has changed since I've been over here. And if you guys know what being locked out of your email, if that's ever happened to you, where you're locked out of your email, you can't get into that email. Whether you forget your password or whether you forget something, you know how they got all these stupid passwords that they have that you have to memorize. So banks, they verify you 2 ways. First way is by text message, SMS, right? Or by email. So think about this. What happens if neither one of those work, right? If neither one of those work for my particular bank, which I don't have anymore because of what they did. They verify you through phone. I already said my phone doesn't work over here. So that's gone. Email is no good because my email has changed. So now when you get a SMS verification, it's going to the other phone. So if they can't do it that way or the phone, you know what they do? They kill your whole account and close your account. Especially if you're trying to talk to them or communicate with them from over here. Maybe some of you guys, banks won't do that, but I know my bank did. And it's a credit union. So what I'm having to have to do is to leave, go straighten that mess out, and then come back. So, but this time, what I've learned to do is to not depend on one particular bank like I have been doing. A bank has been excellent, but coming overseas, it's a whole different ball game. So, being over here, and that happens, very scary, very bad. Luckily, I have good friends. Luckily, I have friends that care about me. Some people will have family members. Some people will have family members and friends. Luckily, I'll say it again, luckily I have good friends, very good friends that care about me and that love me. So the moral of the story is, before you come over here, before you travel 8,000 miles or wherever it is, my suggestion, and I'm guilty of it, my suggestion is to get you 3 accounts. 3 different accounts. Maybe 3 different emails. Because if one fails, you got the other 2 to back up. I never had this problem. I never thought about this because I never thought that my bank would say, well, we can't verify you, even though I'm talking to them. They're like, well, we don't know it's you. It could be somebody that's sounding like you. And you're in a whole nother country. So it could be fraud. So we have to close your account. And I'm thinking, emergency, no, you can't do this. You can't do that. So my idea of what a person should do is have 3 accounts. You split those 3 accounts 3 ways. So if one mess up, the other 2 is there. And then you can roll all those other ones into one. You know, but at least you'll have 3. And if one fails, you have the other 2 with no problem. I never had to do that because I don't have a lot of banks. I don't deal with a lot of banks. I only have usually one major bank. You know, I used to deal with a few banks, but dealing with regular banks, they all rip you off. So I went credit union, which was, it's still, to me, it's the best, but I just thought, oh, I have a good bank, you know, this is excellent. I've never had any issues with them up until now. So going 6-7 years strong with the same bank. So anyways, the moral of the story, make sure you, and that's a top 5, make sure that you have more than one way of receiving your funds over here. And that way you don't have to do what I'm doing and have to get on an airplane and go 8,000 miles just to straighten something out and fix things. And also, the problem is all my available funds, they go to, if they're not going to the bank, they're going somewhere else. So then you have to deal with that. Luckily, you know, I have somewhere where they're going, but still, you know, I just don't want you to make the mistake that I did. It was a bonehead mistake, and I didn't think about it, but I don't want you to be that same bonehead and do the same thing. I know some of you guys will be like, oh, I'm never gonna do that. You know, this is not gonna happen, but it does happen, and I'm sure I'm not the first person that this has happened to before. You know, so, but it's all gonna be fixed, and also I'm going to be doing some filming, going over there and filming the whole ordeal, going to the bank and doing all that stuff. So just so you guys can see how crazy it is. So comments, got 2 comments. This comment, it's in reference to the birthday party for Sam McCall, and it's from who I consider my internet friend. Never really seen him before or met him, but I talked to him. We talked to him on the chat. It's Golden Gate, and he says, seems like basically he was saying, seems like it was I can't really read this, so but I'm gonna sum it up. I'm gonna summarize it up. It says, basically seems like the girls was having a good time. It was a chill resort, and looks like everybody was having a good time, and they got kind of loose. So I will say they were getting kind of loose. They were having a good time. You know, I think it was a mixture of the Coca-Cola and the music. So it was a really, really good time. Everybody had a good time. So, but really nice people, really nice friends and stuff like that. So everything was good. So thank you, Golden Gate, for that comment. Comment number 2 came in from, now I'm gonna butcher this name, and I'm not gonna do it on purpose, but it's the name is Gilda Devota. Is it Gilda Devota? Gilda Vito. Something like Gilda Vito. 7943. You know who you are. I'm sorry if I butchered the name, but I can't pronounce that. And I can see halfway. So I'm looking at words that looks like John Travolta, but it's probably Gitavota. He says, or she, could be a she, I don't know. Or it could be a both. So just make sure we put that in there. So I don't know. It says, watch out for the tiny little brown ants. They bite and leave a dime-sized red spot that lasts for about a month. Thank God I didn't get by anything in that place. I covered up, you know, made sure I didn't have nothing on me. It's like 29 minutes. Make sure I didn't have nothing on me. You know, I rolled up like a cigarette. You know, tucked in like I was back in bivouac in the military in my sleeping bag. I didn't want nothing on me, you know. But wait a minute. As a matter of fact, I did that at the second one also, because the other place I didn't stay there. I just let them have the money. I let them keep the money, and they gave me 50% back. So I didn't argue about the rest of it. So, but yeah, at any place I sleep at, I like to roll up and bundle up because I don't like nothing touching my feet. I have this fear about something touching my toes, so I bundle up, you know. But that place, it was horrible. So these people behind me, I thought they were trying to creep in here, but yeah, I didn't give them a chance to get bit by anything. And the second place was good. Didn't even have to worry, but still, you know, you never know. But I didn't see no bugs there at the second place. I didn't see no bugs at the first, but I seen it was just ants, and I don't like ants crawling all over the walls and stuff. So, but there you have it, huddle number 8 in the books. I'd like to thank everybody for, you know, subscribing to the channel and looking at the videos. You know, got more videos to come, and I want to say the last that I checked, we were at 992 subscribers, and we're like, what, 8 from 1,000, which is great. And I appreciate every single last one of you guys and ladies that's out there and looking at the videos and commenting and things like that. So I want to appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. And just for some of the people that's out there, you know, I talk to a lot of people, and I want people to know that I'm not in competition with, because them same people, they're gonna see this. There's no competition, especially with vloggers that I like, vloggers I get along with. I'm not competing with anybody. I'm not competing. It's not a race with them. You know, I want those people that's out there that's listening and, you know, saying things or leaving comments or whatever. I want them to know this. If a person is getting a lot of views and that people are subscribing to their channel, this is what I have to say. Good for them. Good. I want everybody to succeed. I want everybody. When the time comes, the time comes. You know, for one thing, I'm not in competition. And some people they think that I'm in a competition with other vloggers, you know. I seen somebody that had a vlogger that had, I think he had like 905 subscribers. Now he's like just 3 or 4 under me. Good for him. That's good. There's no competition. So for people that think that I'm in competition with any of the guys or females, even the ones that's out here, more power to them. I'm friends with them. I mean, I'm all good for them. You know, they comment on mine, I comment on theirs. It's all love for everybody. You know, it's like billions of people out here. It's like room for growth. So stop thinking that there's competition. There's not. There's no competition. Okay? So it's just for everybody to enjoy the content and have fun with it. You know, that's it. That's it. I like what I'm doing. It's fun, and I want to continue doing it and bring as much as I can. You know, that's all I can say. So, I want to say this in closing: be kind to one another. And if you don't know how to be kind, learn how to be kind. We all humans, and it's only one race, and that race, you know what that race is. It's like these people. It's the human race. Okay? So, take care, stay safe, and have fun. Alright? I'll see you on the next video. Peace. Thank you for watching my video. If you like the content, please subscribe, share the video, and like the video. Also, you can share it on any social media that you may have. Also, if you'd like to donate to the channel, to support the channel, to continue to do the things that I'm doing to help out with the community, you can go to the Buy Me a Coffee. The description is in the link. Remember, sharing is caring. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you on the next video.